Let's talk about the emotional elements of emotional eating. When you grew up in a home where you were hurt, coping with the pain of that required some level of distancing yourself from the reality of what was going on. It's one of the primary ways of coping with stress when we've not been given good tools. For children, there are only a few choices for how to cope. And those include trying to find ways to feel safe in interactions with abusive, non-protective, or non-nurturing parents, and somehow separating from the pain when it doesn't work. In truth, everyone uses dissociation to one degree or another. But the extreme levels of dissociation seen in dissociative identity disorder aren't what I'm talking about here. For children, this is often a way of coping. They often play through scenes that are hurtful to them to try to manage the fear and sense of lack of control. But there's also a very attractive way to get soothing that's in almost every home, and that's food. Many of us were given food as a nurturing tool while real emotional pain was ignored. Based on the connection between food and trauma, we come to use food to effectively shut down uncomfortable feelings on automatic. I often think of it like this. When a tiny plant just begins to break the surface of soil, there's movement. If we compare that to feelings associated with childhood trauma, we get very good at sensing that subtle movement of the soil when a reminder of trauma and thus uncomfortable or triggered feelings just begin to show up. And using food to cover or delay those emotions is a super effective way to avoid the feelings. Because as long as we're chewing, we don't feel when we've become conditioned to use food this way. In just a second, I'm going to tell you how to break that down and start figuring out what's bothering you when you choose to eat instead of feeling. But first, I've created a free resource for you to help you look at several different aspects of emotional eating. My suggestion is that you start with one at a time to help you heal your patterns with food. I've linked it in the description. Secondly, I'd like to invite you to join me inside my membership community, where you can get ongoing, personalized support to help you overcome childhood trauma and the impact it has on so many areas of life. You can learn more by checking out the description below. To start figuring out how to identify what's bothering you so you can target it for healing instead of resorting to emotional eating, I recommend that you set a regular schedule for eating healthy food that nourishes you. Then, when you get a craving to eat beyond what you need, pause. You want to pause long enough to allow the feelings to come up. That's when you journal about what's happening to figure out how to conquer an unhealthy relationship with food. It takes practice, but you can do it. Remember, you've had a lot of years to reinforce an unhealthy relationship between food and your emotions, so be patient with yourself as you learn healthier habits. Here's your homework. I'm Tamara Ridge, the therapist that's been there, helping you heal your relationship with food after childhood trauma.